course, no Christian Pulisic in this game, lazy.
What was he doing? What's he been doing the last 24 hours?
He's changed. Since he won the Champions League, that's it.
He's gone big time on it.
That's it. Of course, sporting the US hoodie as he was celebrating with his mum and dad. The first US player, men's player to play in a Champions League final. Kasey still with us. Aage Fjortoft back with us as well. Kasey, just from a US perspective, just try and put into context what a big deal this is.
No, it is a really big deal, Dan. I mean, we've talked about players breaking into Europe and being able over the last 20, 30 years to establish themselves in Europe. Where we were lacking was those players getting to those big clubs that were able to win domestic titles, win European titles. And Christian made the move from Dortmund to Chelsea. There's been some injury issues. There's been maybe some lack of opportunity from starting matches, but he's truly proven that he belongs. And he came in off the bench. He instantly had an impact, was disappointed not to have got a goal. So, we're all proud of Christian. We're proud of what the U.S. is doing in their development of players, and he's leading the charge.
Jan, of course, you spoke to him afterwards, but that wasn't really the main thing. It was his parents joining the interview that just kind of made it extra special.
Yeah, it made it extra special. I think Kasey makes a good point because he's a fantastic ambassador for your sport over here. And it was at this final, I had Kai Havertz coming over talking about how much this meant to his family, that he had this big fee pressuring him, but still he managed to come through that. And I think those nights like yesterday for Pulisic as well, these are the moments that they just feel that they get paid. And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about paid for all the effort they brought in. And I think that the way they used this Champions League final, getting them the US hoodie on, and with his parents in there, they were coming over to us. And I just got a glimpse of his mother's eyes, so I get him to come to us. And he was calling someone, probably an American, talking about this fantastic night. And then his mom told him, go to this guy there who wants you to do the interview. So after we had a couple of questions, I cut them over as well. And I think this is what it's all about, because we are talking about the big stars, the big clubs, the big moves, the big money, but we're all from more or less the same recruiting kind of thing. We come from our parents, we come from our small clubs, and then we end up being representative for that journey. And with Christian Pulisic as well, he's been a fantastic ambassador for American football, American soccer. And like Kasey said, win a Champions League trophy in that matter against a great Manchester City team and Pep Guardiola, that is one of our efforts.
And what's cool as well, Ali, we've obviously got boys that play the game, and you just take a look at the kids who are in my son's team. Chelsea's their side because of Pulisic. He has that much weight now, and him going on and having the success can only drive them.
And you just mentioned your kids. I'll mention my kid, who's very much coming up in the ranks of an academy system. And so he looks at it as, hey, that's a kid that was born in this country. Yeah, grew up just down the street, not from somewhere else. It's not an Italian kid. It's not Argentinian. It's not Brazilian. It's not Portuguese. No. This kid is American, and an American kid who has an impact in the Champions League final. And so for any kid that has any sort of goal or aspiration to make it big time, you look at it and you say, man, he made it. Yeah. That's pretty cool. That's one of my guys. He's out there. I have a chance as well. Whether that's realistic or not, at the very end, what you see is that there is hope, that there is something there to hang on to and say, man, I want to be like that guy. I want to do the things that he has done. And that's pretty cool for any kid that plays this game in this country.
In the past, Kasey, they all wanted to be goalkeepers.
No, I think it was the other way around. I think everybody just wanted the Americans to be goalkeepers, not the other way around. So, but it was, I think, but sometimes it's just about where the success comes. And I think some of us early on were able to wave the flag as a goalkeeper. But then what's cool is obviously you look at the Claudio Reynas and of the world, the Brian McBrides who come over and have success. And, we had a good string of success of American players for a long stretch of time. And then we had a little gap. And then now we're starting to bring some players into the equation that I think not only are just being able to get those opportunities at bigger clubs, but they're proving that they deserve those opportunities at bigger clubs, and they're succeeding. And again, to Ollie's point, I think it's really key. Is it sets that standard for other kids in America to realize that, look, Serginho Dest was born in Holland and grew up in Holland. They get that. But here's a kid that was born in Pennsylvania that had his whole youth development until he was 16 in the United States and has gone over and done fantastically well. Gio Reyna, exactly the same. Spent the majority of his time, being developed in youth teams, youth academies, playing, with the neighborhood kids and getting the opportunity and proving themselves that they, not only that they belong, but that they're actually can dominate as well.
Go on, Jan.
Yeah, I'm just saying that as well. When you see all these nationalities playing around in different clubs, I think the good thing about the American athletes as well, they're so well articulated. So when Christian Pulisic yesterday, when I had him into the pitch side, he knows what to say. He knows what he's a part of. He's not like us pundits sitting and saying, yeah, well, it's good for American sports and so on. He knows that. He knows that this, and it's not a burden. It's some proudness that he brings into the European game, and I think that is fantastic. I think a lot of more kids from different nations should learn from that, because you are a role model, as you were spoken about. When I remember back in the 90s when the Norwegians suddenly came to English football, that was something new for them. Wow, our players are playing for the big English clubs like Henning Berg or Ronny Johnsen or Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at Manchester United. So I think that role is so good, and Christian Pulisic is an example of that, speaking so highly. He knows that he means something, and that's doing something for him on the pitch and also off the pitch, and bringing his mum and dad in. I think that just shows the circle of football.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.